You can tie them. So that was set number 3. Now one more knot for the last set. One side. Again, I'm just making it nice so that it looks a little bit more, so that the knot looks a little bit more clean, not just scrambled bunches of strings. Looks a little bit more put together. There we go. So now we have 3 coils. Last set, 13. Take the chambre string. Now we're going to make one. Now this is the last set, so we start off with 1 on the bottom. 13. 1 coil. Now another 4 sets of 3. So 1, 2, 3. See, so at this point the sandwich is already getting a lot shorter, so it's a lot easier to deal with. Just, tie it around a bit. One coil, set of coils. 1, 2, 3. And we have the second set right here. So now we have 7 total. We're going to need to make another 2 sets of 3 after this. Just trying to tighten nice and tight. One, 2, 3. Okay, we have 10 now. Last set. 1, 2, 3. Tighten it up. Just to make sure. Okay, we're good. Yes, just counting the threads just to make sure that I had the sequence correctly. So again, just grooming it out to make sure that it looks nice. Don't have to do that, but it will just look a little bit cleaner like this. Now last knot before we finish up. 1, 2, and that's it. Now, last little bit. So sometimes you'll see these things look at the strings will be a little bit. You can untie this knot now at the end. Now, if you see that the strings are still not 100% straight, Okay, see that? This side.
Are you allowed to cut them at the end to make them
Yes,
not even?
exactly. So that's what I was about to getting to that. So now you see that's still a bit uneven at the ends. Right here's the shamish. It's still a bit longer. So what you can do is, I do not believe you're allowed to cut it with metal. You're not supposed to use clay bars. You're not supposed to use weapons of war, aka metal.
Including not a scissors.
No scissors. So you could use either, was it nylon, I think? Was it nylon knives? Forget exactly, whatever. You can use anything that's not metal. So what I generally do is I like to have my tzitzis relatively, whatever. Not a good example, but I like to have them relatively uniform. So what I do,
I missed that shot about your own tzitzis.
yeah.
How you're wearing that they're not
No.
exactly equal.
So they're not exactly equal. So what I like to do over here is, you see that they're very nice, very put together. This is a little bit of an older pair, but what I usually like to do is I like to put super glue somewhere like over here or so, or like over here, closer to the ends. And I take a piece of glass, broken glass, and then while the glue is still wet, I cut through the strings. Glass is very widely, generally what is used to cut the strings. So while the glue is still wet, you cut it, it'll come out very clean at the end.
You cut it one at a time.
I cut one at a time, exactly, yeah. If you cut it too many at a time, it'll start getting pretty complicated. The glue will start drying.
The glue will seal the tip so it doesn't fray, right?
Right, it'll seal the tip so it doesn't fray, it'll stay together, you don't have to tie any knots, no getting caught in chairs. See, very clean, very nice. And that's it. That's how I make tzitzis.
Yeah. Now, when
Same
you put
thing.
them on, is there a certain blessing that you say you put on the
Yes, so you put on the tzitzis, you make Asher Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam Asher kedeshanu b'mitzvosav v'tzivanu al mitzvahs tzitzis. That's what Tal's katan. And if you are married, then you generally will not make that bracha because you'll make the bracha on the talis in the morning. So.
Do you wear the same one overnight? Or what time of day do you change?
So generally, according to many, the tzitzis are not worn at night. Chabad does wear the tzitzis at night. So what I generally do is I have a pair which I change into in the morning, because if you wear a pair overnight, you cannot make a blessing, you cannot make the bracha on it the next day. So what you have to do is you have to change into a new pair. So you take off the old pair, you put on the new pair. I have two pairs of tzitzis that I wear. So you take off the old pair, you put on the new pair, you make the bracha on those.
Now, is there a different kind that you wear at night?
Same tzitzis, same tzitzis at day, same tzitzis during the day.
No,
See, the same tzitzis during the day, same tzitzis during the day. At night, it's all the same pair of tzitzis.
You want to sign off?
Yeah, so I think that's it. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck making your tzitzis.